series.
Thank you so much, guys. A quick reminder here for everyone excited for the NA final. The show from Madison Square Garden will begin 15 minutes after we sign off here in Stockholm. Don't go anywhere, but we are going to give this ending of the summer split, well, the praise it deserves, because what an intense series. First off, congratulations, kind sir. That means that you are going to Worlds.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You didn't see it on camera, but he did a little jig, a little dance.
I did do a dance.
When you got the congratulations earlier, so you don't feel like doing it again?
All right, this is for Fnatic. All right, this is for you guys winning. Good job, and I'm happy for you. This is really embarrassing. There you go.
All right, we're very happy for you, probably, but we do have to talk about this Game 5 deciding game and who adapted the best. Let's take a look at the picks and bans. Once again, Gangplank again making an entrance, but it did seem that it was a hard choice for SOAS to make. It was the last pick. How do you think everything played out, Yamato?
I think the fact that Fnatic just went back to the roots, because there was an obvious flaw with Origen's mid-game, they were just stalling. And I felt like it was the correct decision to just take a composition that can just go in there like a bulldozer, and it worked.
And at the same time, that's kind of the counter to Gangplank. Like, he needs time to set up the barrels and to kite. So if you have a team fight that starts and ends with the first engage, like someone dies and the team fight's over, then yeah, Gangplank doesn't have time to set up his barrel. So I really liked the serious talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit more about that in a second, because I do hear that Pulse is ready on stage for another interview with our winners.
Thank you very much, Shocks. I mean, I couldn't just talk to two members of Fnatic. I had to bring the rest of the crew on. And first up, Yellowstar. How was it like dealing with those losses? I spoke to Reckless, but as you as a leader of the team, what did you have to say to your team between those games? What was the adaptations?
The first game was pretty rough for us. We didn't really shut down because we've experienced a lot of best of 5 since we've been together. And with a lot of experience, you know, you basically have to cheer them up, to tell them the right words, and reset the mindset for the next games. And coming into the next games, we just try to play our style and find their weaknesses and exploit them.
Yeah, definitely trying to find those weaknesses. Feathervin, playing in this matchup, how was it like playing against Peke in the middle lane? Did you feel thrown off at all that Origen looked so strong in those early games and getting those conversions into mid-game?
Playing against Peke is actually pretty hard because he really knows well how to play around the vision, how to put pressure on the lane. And I got target banned in a few games, so I was out of my comfort zone, but I still had some champions left to play, so it worked out good.
Yeah, and we saw them, and it worked out very well. And over to you, Rainova. I mean, you came into Fnatic. How's the journey been coming through all the way to the split and then winning the finals here?
Obviously, it feels really good. Like if I think of like the first season I come to Europe, like it was like really cool experience because I had never experienced like such a lot of like crowds, like watching the games, and then like coming final is like really like important things for pro gamers. And then like now we're going Worlds because we won like 2 finals, so like I feel really happy.
Well, congratulations once again, and just one last one here. Saw you brought out the Tom Kench, and honestly, if you talk to Deficio, he just says it just waddles around. Did you use that as a curveball pick, or do you see a lot of legitimacy in it?
I think the pick, the idea behind that, it was Elise, because she's really strong early game, and then if she catches someone off, then they can follow up. So the idea was just to save the guy by eating, and it didn't really work out because we didn't have any engage, and Tristana late game was just a beast, and we had really a lot of troubles to close out the game, even though we were ahead. So it didn't work out.
It didn't work out this time. Well, congratulations once again, gentlemen, on winning the championship here. We're going to throw it back over to the analyst desk to take another look at that series.
Well, thank you so much, Pulse, once again, and thank you to the guys for talking to us as well. If you'd had to choose something that you felt like Fnatic excelled in, was it the picks and ban strategy and the adaptation in between? Or decision-making, maybe? Because that's something that we've praised so much before as well.
I think Game 5 was more of the execution. I think the picks and ban strategy was good going back to what they know. A bit of an unsung hero in the last game. His stat line didn't show it at all times. 4, 6, and 10 was Huni on Rumble. But his equalizers, cutting off escape paths, cutting up the enemy team from Origen, just really solid performance. We know Huni's good on Rumble, but it was something that we noticed sitting here that didn't seem to be reflected in the scores.
Yeah, like from Fnatic's game 1, where they picked Lulu and kind of left Huni to kind of get the scraps, and then changing from that to like, just kidding, actually like putting wards and resources into his side and like kind of letting him do his carry top thing, I think was really good because Origen on the other side put the wards on the bot lane side. So Fnatic kind of putting all these resources into Huni actually worked out really well.
I feel like the teams were very, very evenly matched. But I feel what got them the edge was Huni being clutch, Yellowstar being very, very clutch. And I feel that was like the thing that pushed them to victory.
Yeah, pushed them to victory, which makes that they can take that trophy home as they salute the crowd on last time. Of course, they'll be meeting a lot of fans after, taking a lot of pictures as well. And we actually have an extra surprise. To celebrate Fnatic's win, the champions played in their final team comp will go on sale, along with another bundle chosen by you. Tweet at LL Esports with your vote for Fnatic's fan favorite player to put their champion pool on sale in games starting tomorrow.
So, for an example, if Yellowstar were to win the fan vote, the bundle could be Janna, Alistair, Shen, and 2 other champions. Maybe we'll see the Tahm Kench. Not too sure, but it's an option.
What do you guys? What would you guys want?
I would say Huni, because he has the biggest champion pool. So like efficient strategy.
Value for voting, yeah. That's very cool, of course, and surprise for you guys. So we also have to crown a player of the series. It's always difficult in series like this, but we were unanimous in the end. And our player of the series here of the final is Rekkles. I mean, it was incredibly back and forth, but in some games, the AD carries absolutely made the difference.
Pentakill.
Pentakill, that of course pushes it over the edge as well.
I mean, I think a lot of it was actually like going far forward in the team fights that Rekkles and Niels actually was doing at the same time. That's kind of something that is, at the same time, if it goes wrong, you're going to look really, really bad. So to be able to do it and make it the right decision is really kind of gutsy to pull off.
I feel the AD carry role is all about understanding everyone's limits. The enemy's limits, your team's limits, and your own limits. And in this game, like, Rekkles knew his limits for sure.
Especially in the end when it came down to then the Corki pick for him, and he was really aggressive. I remember talking to you a couple of weeks ago where you said Rekkles actually fits perfect in this team where he doesn't have to be that aggressive. What a growth here. Maybe it was a crowd behind him as well, but he did jump in a lot of times where I wouldn't expect the Rekkles from a year ago to do it.
It's like, like the aggressiveness point is more about the lane phase, because Fnatic strategy usually revolves around the top lane and picking a bot lane that scales into the game. Like later on in the game, it's all about the AD carry skill, and Rekkles for sure, one of the best AD carries Europe has ever had.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch that pentakill again, because over on Twitter, @Boise called out the big moment that helped Fnatic secure their second win over in Game 3. The coast-to-coast pentakill with Trist leapfrogging across the whole map. What a series. Here is your LCS big play of the day.
Wild growth will slow them down. Glitzerlance connects as well. And Rekkles plus, that's a kill to Rekkles. That's a double. He's looking for more. Kill. That's a triple. He's looking for 4. That's the quadra. He will get it. The reset forward. Looking for a pentakill. We're in Sweden. The Swedish gets a pentakill.
Rekkles is on fire today.
Man, there is something oh so satisfying about that sight. Just when you see 5 low health people in front of you, or at least just enough to reset. It was satisfying to watch. I wonder exactly how satisfying that was for Rekkles, saying, "Oh, got it, pentakill right here."
Just here in my home crowd, like easy, not easy, but he did it.
It was the Swedish power.
Swedish vibe coming in there.
I'm just so happy. Like in Sweden, we got like so good electronic gymnastics, so good. Well, esports, I mean. What am I saying? Really quality. I have to give Sweden the credit a bit, you know?
Yeah, they get some
Definitely.
props for it.
Sweden has been pretty baller throughout this. There is some business to talk about that, though, because with their win today, Fnatic have clinched the first European seed at Worlds 2015. Quite interesting, because we were kind of thinking if OG wins, that means they get the first seed and Fnatic gets the second seed, which would have been interesting to see what the group Fnatic would end up in.
Yes, because then you risk the potential of hitting one of the first seeds from the rest of the regions. You look at LCK, you look at LPL, very scary teams potentially coming out of first. H2K will be taking the second seed, so unfortunately you guys don't 100% dodge those teams. Now it's up to the group draw coming from you guys, but the regional qualifiers is still to be played. It means we can also fill out the rest of the bracket for the regional qualifier as well. Unicorns of Love will be the first seed. Origen will be the second seed. The winner will take the last European spot at the World Championships, but we have to go through Rocket and Giants in the first best of 5 in that regional qualifier.
Like we were talking about how bad the second seed was, imagine the third seed. But anyway, obviously we're gunning to go to Worlds. We're gunning for him.
We'll see what happens. One last question, though, before we finish up here as well. I gotta ask it. The European hopes at Worlds, now Fnatic is definitely locked in at number 1. So you, of course, are going to be representing us as well. Can we get a little insight?
Talk
We
about
got
your
it.
team, Mahan.
We got it.
We got it.
HGK is
EU
gonna
better than an A.
sweep the world. Oh, and in Madison Square Garden, probably. Wow. Woo!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Probably just became the most hated man in Manhattan right now, I think.
In any case, though, that regional qualifier still has that 3rd place for Worlds up for grabs, and that battle for the final spot at Worlds is going to kick off next Saturday, August 29th, as Roccat are going to take on Giants Gaming in a best-of-5 starting there as well. And then C9 Gravity is in there as well. That is a rematch of your summer split tiebreaker, Yamato. I mean, you already said you're going to make it. I mean, we don't have to hear it again.
Easy smack.
Easy smack. Well, we'll see. Our coverage begins at 5 p.m. Central European Time, 8 a.m. Pacific from the LCS studio in Berlin. So mark your calendars. And also, if you want to join us live in person for that qualifier, head over to lolesports.com/tickets and be joining us. Well, that's it. We're going to sign off here and make way for the NA LCS crew at New York's Madison Square Garden for their summer finals between Counterlogic Gaming and TSM. That's going to start in just 15 minutes. Thank you, Yamato Cannon and Prolly, for joining us here on the desk on behalf of everyone here at the European LCS. Tack Sverige, thank you for watching, and we'll see you a little further down the road to Worlds 2015.